What if you could make so much money that you don't know what else to do with other than spend it on charity? What if you could really get to solve all of your money problems without having to put yourself out there? I tell you, you can, because now I can too. And that wasn't the case just a few years ago. You see, I went from struggling to make just over $10 a week to now making many multiples of that using this technique that I'm going to share with you. So grab your pen and paper. An important factor to take note of in this is emotions. Do you know that over 90% of buying decisions are based on emotions? And that is why reviews and logic alone won't convince you to buy something. Therefore, if you want to sell your products or services well, you need to tap into your customers' emotions so that you inspire them to take action. Now, can you really use emotions to sell? First off, know that regardless of what it is you sell, by knowing how to sell with emotions, you can dramatically increase your sales bi'idhnillah, because humans are pretty much the same across the board. Barakallahu feekum. Now, what really happens when the shipments you ordered arrive, or when your products are finally ready for sale? We are mostly quick to just let the world know that our items are ready to be purchased due to our excitement for the possible sales we are to make, isn't it? We get so fixated on the products, often at the expense of making the customer feel heard and understood. To help drive this home, let's look at the example of a footwear vendor advertising her product to you, labeling it as cheap and qualitative. Will that really make you feel anything? I doubt it. Yet, you yourself advertise your product like that, don't you? So what really is the issue with this? Firstly, almost everyone says the same thing, so there's hardly any authenticity behind it. Secondly, no emotions of yours were triggered. Everything was forced. Everything was focused on the logic that you would want something that is good and cheap simultaneously, which isn't always the case even, and we'll come to that in a bit, inshallah. Now, imagine another footwear vendor selling the same thing, but in her ad says, you deserve to cook for your loved ones in fine footwears too, or take back control of your health by cooking in a pot that helps you do just that. Then she proceeds to talk about her stainless steel pot. If you are health conscious or you are inclined towards fine things, then I'd like to believe that the second ad will resonate more with you, wouldn't it? And you'd be surprised that by following this route, you'll get to sell far more pots at a higher price than the lady trying to attract buyers by promising them cheap products. People do not necessarily go after cheap things. They go after effectiveness, after value, after a solution to their problem. An example is the phone you're using. You didn't go to the marketplace asking for the cheapest phone they had, did you? You went there looking for value that your money is worth. So, if your product does that, then all you must do is communicate it to your customers, triggering their emotions. Barakallahu feekum.